Hey guys, welcome back to Sunshine Haze Co. I am Aja A. This is actually a my bun looks crazy. It's the middle of the night, y'all. Excuse my parents. It's the middle of the night. I need to go to bed. This is actually a Mercury retrograde tarot reading, and I am reading for the elements. So air, fire, water, and earth. This is the fire Mercury retrograde tarot reading video. And this video is for the sun placements and the Mercury placements. So not the regular general reading, sun, moon, and rising. This is for your natal sun or your natal Mercury. And just a quick Astro 101 or maybe 201. When we're speaking to the elements, we're talking about water being Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, fire being Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, air being Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra, and earth being Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn. And to figure out what video you should be watching, look at your natal chart. You can find that on Google by just typing in natal chart and plugging in your information. And you're going to look at your sun placement and you're going to look at your Mercury placement. So for example, if you are a water sun like myself, I'm a Cancer, you're going to watch the water Mercury retrograde video. And if you are a fire Mercury like myself, I have a Leo Mercury placement, you'd be watching this fire Mercury video. So with that being said, let's get into, no, just kidding, very quickly, shameless plugs. This is a Mercury retrograde reading video, so check out the Mercury retrograde video. I'll have that linked, and also I'll probably play it somewhere in the video. I have not put them up just yet, but the October tarot forecast will be going up over the next few days. And because we are in a new month, I now have a new raffle tarot. I'm not doing a tarot giveaway. I have a new raffle, and this month I am doing a numerology report, a core numbers numerology report. So if you're interested, subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. Hit the little I have a piece of hair in my eyeball. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. Hit the little notification bell so you can keep up with when I put up new videos and new posts. So you can be notified when I put up that raffle video or the raffle post, and you can figure out how to enter. Alrighty, now let's get into your reading. This is going to be a quick 3-card spread looking at the overall energy for this Mercury retrograde. And then because I speak to retrograde energy in the sense of reflecting and correcting, I do have a card for that position. And I also have a card pulled for a lesson to take away with you from this retrograde period. Okay. So for my fire suns and fire Mercuries, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, the first card that you have coming up in your spread is in the position of the overall energy, and you've got Aries. Okay. And I am excited first off because so far all of the retrograde readings have not come with this energy of chaos. It's actually been very, very positive. And I believe that has a lot to do with the aspects that are coming in with this retrograde, which you can learn more about that in that retrograde video. But you've got fire energy popping up for you, and you guys have the fire Mercury and fire solar placements. So that does tell me that you guys are really, although it's an air retrograde, you guys are really in alignment with the energy that is popping up here. This is saying that, air is compatible. You're compatible with air, okay? This is saying that you guys need to take this energy, this compatible energy, and use it to your advantage. Aries is the first sign in the zodiac. Aries is fire, and Aries is cardinal, speaking to it being the first sign in the zodiac and it being the first sign of the spring season. And so you have this energy of I am. And when I first pulled this card, the first message, like the first intuitive notion. The first message that I got was remember who the beep you are, because you got to keep it cute on YouTube. But remember who you are. Remember what your passions are. Remember what your abilities are. Remember what your talents are. And this, like I said, this is a retrograde period, so it's reflect and correct. It's all about taking the time to slow down and go over certain things and remember, figure out, work through, gain clarity on whatever it is you need to correct. I use reflect and correct as my little slogan for the retrograde. But when I say correct, I don't necessarily like to speak to the terms of right and wrong or bad and good. When I say correct, I mean alter, shift, change the energy, shift the energies around, change things up, shift your perspective, whatever the case may be. Do whatever it is that you need to do to put yourself into alignment with what you're supposed to be in alignment with. And so the retrograde energy for you guys with these fire placements is actually very, very positive for this next month. And I am speaking to the actual retrograde, which ends on October 18th, I believe, and also the shadow period, which puts us towards the end of October going into the beginning of November. I have to double check on those dates. But just to go back to this overall energy, fire is the energy for you. And while it is a retrograde period, I don't necessarily suggest, making major moves, doing big things. And if you have to, or if you're going to, I definitely would say make sure that you are triple checking your work before you're solidifying it. Make sure that you are clear on the communications and clear and understand what needs to be done, what resources need to come in. Just make sure that you have clarity and make sure that you are very careful with everything that you're doing. It is Mercury retrograde. As you guys know, even though your messages are positive, anytime we have Mercury retrograde, there is a little bit of chaos that ensues. Okay. But I don't necessarily get that energy with your cards here. I more so get that this is a time for you to return and reignite that spark for yourself in regards to the things that you'd like to see play out for yourself. Okay. Next card that I have coming up in the spread for you guys is in the position of where you need to reflect and correct. And you've got the Knight of Wands. Lots of fire energy coming up in your spread. This is you again, fire people. The Knight of Wands typically is a card that carries a message, but speaking to the reflect and correct energy, what I really get is what you need to be thinking about over the course of this retrograde period is how you are making moves. Fire is the action element. Fire is the motivation, the drive, the will, the power. Fire is the doing, okay? Taking the action. So over this retrograde period, what you guys need to really reflect and correct upon is how you are making these moves, getting yourself into this Aries energy space. What's beneficial? Take a look at the things that you have set up for yourself, or the plans that you put in place for yourself. Are they playing out the way that you want them to? Are you putting in work and it's not giving you the return that you'd like to see? Maybe you need to change the way that you're moving. Maybe you need to change the way that you're acting, okay? Or are you not putting in work? Or is there any fire at all, and are you expecting there to be some sort of return? These are things that you need to think about. These are things that you need to reflect upon as we move throughout this retrograde period. This is a fire card. It is the Knight of Wands. So this is all about how you fire people with these fire sun placements and these Mercury sun placements are making moves towards achieving your goals. Reflect and correct. You've got pretty much a month long period to figure these things out. So while you're moving through the motions, while you're reigniting your spark, while you're gaining that passion again, be thinking about, okay, as I'm coming back into this space of really getting excited about this goal again, or coming back into the space to where I'm able to make moves and actually work towards this end goal, make it to this point, is how I'm moving actually working? Am I moving in an am I moving in an efficient way? Is the work that I'm putting in, is it actually giving me the return that I want to see? Is there something else that I could be doing that'll bring me closer to this space, or make this more abundant and more positive to the point to where I can be more content with the outcome? Reflect and correct with this Knight of Wands here, okay? Excuse me. Take a sip. Because as you guys know, in the middle of the night, my voice starts to go out. All right, y'all, last card in your spread is in the position of the lessons that you can take away from this retrograde period. And you've actually got the Ace of Discs, okay? This is an Ace card, the Ace of Pentacles. And the first thing that I want to say, just to get it out of the way, is anytime I pull Pentacles cards, if y'all watch my videos, you know I definitely associate Pentacles cards with the money. Because we are in retrograde season and you have the Ace of Discs here, and this is a lesson to take away. There is a slight disclaimer that the lessons that you learn, especially related to how you're getting to your goals, especially if your goal has something to do with some money, you might learn it by way of taking a financial L or a foundational hit, because coins, pentacles, they're not just finances. This is earth. This is foundational things, relationships, dwelling space, career, finances, okay? You could take a slight L there, and when you take the L, it could literally be to teach you a lesson on how to make your moves so that they come out the way, so that the outcome is what you want it to be. Now, that's not really the main energy that I get for this card. What I more so get, especially because you have a lot of positive energy in this, it's so crazy to be saying that, but you guys have a lot of positive energy in this Mercury retrograde spread. The message that I am getting with this Ace of Discs here coming up in the lesson position is that while you are reworking, again, reflecting and correcting on this Knight of Wands energy, how you can get to your goals, the moves that you're making, you're going to be coming into a space to where you actually learn more beneficial, more efficient ways to actually achieve your goals. Because of the aspects that we have with this Mercury retrograde, I would not be surprised if the work that you're doing or the things that you're putting your energy into over this retrograde period bring about some sort of opportunities closer towards the end of the retrograde when the planet station's direct or in the shadow period, but definitely once you come out of the shadow period. I also think that this card is popping up to say that while you are making your moves and doing your work over the course of this retrograde, you are going to either discover or come up with some sort of routine that really puts you in a place that kind of like amplifies the way that you get to success. Whatever abundance you thought you were going to hit, whatever changes you make over this retrograde period, you're going to realize that it triples or it quadruples or whatever the case may be. Changes that are going to bring you more of a return are definitely going to be coming in over this retrograde period for you. Okay. And that's all I got for you guys. I hope those messages found you well. I didn't mention at the beginning of the video, but I was reading with the Black Moon astrology oracle cards and also the Thoth tarot, the little tiny version of it. I plugged everything else at the beginning of the video. The last thing I want to tell you guys is if you want your own personal Mercury retrograde reading, you can actually book one with me through my Etsy shop. I will have that linked down below in the description box. You can actually get a retrograde reading on any planet currently in retrograde. You just specify in the personalization box. If you don't specify, you're going to get a Mercury retrograde reading. So just so you guys know. But with that being said, very positive energy coming in for you guys with these fire, sun, and fire Mercury placements. Definitely kind of returning to self and reigniting your spark. Especially looking at the way that you're moving towards your goals and kind of reworking it so you can literally become more successful and be more successful with the work that you're doing. Okay. And now I'm really done with your reading. That's all I have for you guys. Thank you for tuning in. I will catch y'all next time. Peace.